Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we have episode 3 of the minifigure series. As always, this is not investment advice, this is just my opinion on the market. But without further ado, let's get started. Starting the list off today, we have Aunt Beru, or SW1208, costing around 30 euros on the market right now. She originally came only in the May the 4th set of this year, where she came in the Lars Homestead kitchen set. She is exclusive to this very set. I believe it will stay that way since she is an exclusive figure coming with the promo set from May the 4th. She features a torso piece that currently only comes with her minifig, and I also believe that it will stay that way since, you know, she is a minifigure that was supposed to be exclusive when she was released. But it will probably resonate with collectors since it is a figure that features in the original trilogy, and that always appeals to collectors. If we look back at other figures released during May the 4th promo, we have Darth Revan currently going for around 240 euros, and we also have the Shadow Arf Trooper that came a little earlier that costs around 300 euros on the aftermarket. And I'm not saying that Aunt Beru will go up and climb to multiple $100s on resale, but I think that her exclusivity will definitely work to her advantage, and I highly recommend picking this figure up as soon as possible. Next up on the list we have SW1233, or Commander Cody Phase 2, currently going for around 35 euros on the aftermarket. A figure that was highly anticipated and finally came this summer is of course the Phase 2 Cody. He features a very good leg and torso print and that signature orange visor on his helmet. Since he currently only comes with the ATTE, which is behind quite a substantial paywall, this figure is currently going for around 35 euros, despite the popularity. It's very hard to guess how a character like this will perform so early in production, but I think it will always be on demand for a character as popular as Phase 2 Cody. If we go back and look at other named clones Phase 2, we have I think only Captain Rick, way back in 2013, where he became exclusive to a set and now goes for 200 euros, despite coming in a much cheaper set. Predicted Cody will only continue to climb if they don't re-release him in another set, which I don't think they will, because I feel like they want to keep this minifigure somewhat exclusive. I think there will always be demand for this character, so as long as they don't re-release him, I think that this will be a solid investment. Next up on the list is SW1155, or the Darth Maul from the Duel on Mandalore set, going for around 7 euros on the aftermarket right now. We're jumping down a fair bit in price on the third minifigure on the list, and we have of course Darth Maul. This version of him only goes for 7 euros. I think this Maul is constantly overlooked for the Ashoka figure that also comes in the same set, despite Maul being the only unique character of this set. In my own opinion, this set is also one of the best looking Mauls we've ever had, also from a very important scene in the Clone Wars. His print and face look super good, and with the set he comes in retiring at the end of this year, I really think that this will pay off as an investment. I wouldn't expect him to cost anything crazy, but I could absolutely see him pushing like 20 to 30 euros in 2 to 3 years time. I think that this is basically a risk-free pickup since he's so cheap right now that he can only go upwards on the aftermarket. Going with another substantial price jump, we're going to SW0610, or the Boba Fett from the UCS Slave 1. He's currently retailing for around 150 euros. He is, in my opinion, the coolest Boba Fett we've ever had. He has excellent leg, arm and torso print that really pulled all the stops for this minifigure, and he also has a super cool shoulder cloth coming with this minifigure. His helmet is also very well made with a lot of detail, and since he only came in the UCS Slave 1, he's behind that 200 euro paywall, and this also was quite a few years since this figure was available on shelves as well. This figure was and will never be cheap to get a hold of since it came in that expensive set. I think that a lot would definitely want to have this minifigure going forward. There's a lot of collectors that want every single Boba Fett minifigure, and therefore there will always be some demand for this minifigure despite the price, and therefore I also think that this will be a very solid pickup. The minifigures alone of this set currently cost as much as the set retailed for when it came out back in 2015. Despite the price, I really think this is a solid pickup, which is basically guaranteed to never be produced again. And the last minifigure on the list is SW0781, or Director Krennic, currently going for 55 euros. He only came in one set, which was the Krennic's Imperial Shuttle, all the way back in 2016, along with a lot of other unique characters. He features an iconic white cape and torso that he can be seen wearing in the movie. A super well-made character that in my opinion flew under the radar from a lot of people when it actually came out. Even though he's currently pushing around 55 euros, I could definitely see him continue to climb if this version of him isn't released in any other set. I really think he has potential to grow even more, since we probably won't get another Krennic for quite a while, and he hasn't featured in any other cinematic media since he featured in Rogue One, which means that the possibility of them releasing another one is basically zero right now. This is a solid and well-made minifigure with good print, good hair pieces, and is constantly sought after, so I can only see him going upwards despite him already pushing like 55 to 60 euros on the aftermarket. He played a main role as the antagonist, and therefore I think there will always be demand for him, and it's a great pickup in my opinion. That was the list for my episode 3 of the minifigure series. Thank you all for watching. I also want to thank you all for the support on the previous videos. They're all performing above what I actually thought. So I just want to thank you all for that. Please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next video.